The best supply chains are the ones you don't see. Customers never have to think about them. They just walk into your store or go online, and the products they want to buy are available immediately. But if you're not ready when demand spikes, or supplies get delayed, your customers are left waiting. You lose sales revenue, and partners who rely on you lose trust. Managing these disruptions is a big problem for companies that rely on aging, customized business applications that make it difficult to change course. Oracle provides a full suite of supply chain and manufacturing applications that run in the cloud. That includes everything you need to bring new products to market and effectively manage procurement, manufacturing, inventory, and logistics. When you see big changes to demand or the flow of goods, Oracle Supply Chain Planning can help you react quickly to balance supply and demand. If there's a disruption with a key supplier, Oracle Procurement helps you identify trusted sources of supply to keep your factories running at full capacity. And Oracle Transportation and Global Trade Management help you fulfill orders perfectly, whether it's by land, sea, or air, and enable you to comply with fast-changing global trade regulations. By leveraging sensory data, machine learning, and blockchain, you can monitor the flow of goods and their condition, connect fleets, anticipate machine repairs, and monitor workplace safety. And you can focus on running your supply chain since all the updates are managed for you to help you continuously adapt and innovate. See how Oracle Supply Chain and Manufacturing can help you improve resilience and keep customers happy beyond your next move.
Welcome to this session on Oracle Intelligent Applications for Supply Chain and Manufacturing. I'm Terry Hiskey.
And I'm Michael Richter, and today we're going to talk about how Oracle is helping you make sense of new technologies and how they can help your organization to transform and modernize.
So before we get into it, Michael, can we level set first? What exactly do you mean by intelligent applications?
So intelligent application means those solutions that are leveraging various Industry 4.0 technologies that are enabling users to collect data across the supply chain and on the factory floor so that you can be more productive and you can automate or even connect various people and processes.
That's interesting, especially according to considering that IDC here says that by the end of 2021, an astounding 90% of all manufacturing supply chains will have invested in technology and business processes necessary for true resiliency, resulting in productivity improvements of at least 5%. So what is that? What is it that we're going to be specifically looking at today?
So for supply chain and manufacturing, we'll be looking at 3 different ways intelligent applications are being used across the supply chain. So one is how you connect things and people. You know, like when you put sensors on machines, or if you want to track a location of a vehicle, or even monitor your heart rate. I'm talking about the Internet of Things, and we've got some solutions that we'll share on that topic. A second one is how do you make sure everyone in your supply chain is working from the same information? How do you record transactions between partners and provide more transparency across your supply chain network? For this topic, we're going to talk a little bit about Oracle blockchain offerings. And finally, with all this data being collected from things, people, and transactions, how do we process these massive volumes? How do we learn from it? And perhaps even start to automate learnings by recognizing patterns that even the human brain can't detect. That's the artificial intelligence and machine learning topic. Now, we can't cover it all in just 25 minutes, but we can show you our approach to help demystify and simplify some concepts so that way you can continue to focus on your business. We have a one cloud solution so you can unify all facets of your business, whether it's finance, IT, CX, HR, or operations and supply chain. And when new technologies or ways of doing things emerge, we work from a common data model and a platform and continuously innovate with regular updates so you can benefit as things change.
So one unified solution can help you break down silos so that processes can flow automatically across departments and teams. With end-to-end processes, automation improves and manual work is reduced. Management gains visibility across the business with more accurate reports across all divisions. Teams gain the insights, KPIs, and most importantly, the time to focus on business strategy. So now tell me more about connecting things and people.
At Oracle, we've built a suite of applications to help with common supply chain challenges. I'll go through a few of them. With a connected logistics solution, you can monitor the condition of a product wherever it is, whether it's on a ship, a plane, or even a truck. Or maybe you want to monitor or maintain your machines remotely. With IoT combined with our cloud maintenance application, we meet the challenge for connected assets. Another one is smart manufacturing. We can help you prevent unplanned downtime and shift production from one factory to another. And finally, there's also workplace safety, where using sensor data like wearables or tracking locations of workers in dangerous zones.
Can we take a look at that in action, Michael? I'd love to see something that helps multiple members of a supply chain track things like transactions or products.
Sure, let's break it down a little bit. To start off with, here's the building blocks. On the left, we have data sources. This is where we capture data using sensors. On the right, we've listed some common systems of record for supply chains. The digital thread is the functionality that we've built into our application. It includes digital twins, situation awareness, issue detection, predictions, actions, workflows. And finally, all of this is built on top of our IoT foundation, including connectivity, analytics, data management, machine learning, and of course, integrations. Let's take a look at an example for connected logistics and see how we can effectively monitor the condition of products on their journey through a supply chain.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Pesh. I'm a logistics solution engineer at Oracle, and I'm going to give you a short demonstration on connected logistics, specifically to show you how using sensors and an integrated IoT application can achieve better visibility and real-time condition monitoring of your items as they travel through the supply chain. Now, our business case today involves tracking the location of a fleet of trucks that's transporting vaccines. These vaccines are temperature controlled with sensitive thresholds that cannot be violated, or the efficacy of the vaccine would be jeopardized. We'll be monitoring the vaccine temperature at both the item level inside the container, but also the package level inside the truck. This is important because being able to identify a problem, for example, the reefer element in the truck malfunctioning, before it violates the temperature threshold of the vaccine inside the container, could provide the carrier with enough time to potentially problem solve before the vaccines are critically affected or unfortunately downgraded. This tool can be used for all sorts of cargo condition monitoring, not just temperature, humidity, air pressure, ambient temperature, shock, tilt, light, or even tampering. Really, whatever attributes of the physical world you're sensing, this is the tool that can ingest all of them and give you real-time analytics and response. So let's take a look at our fleet of 3 vehicles in the San Francisco area. You can see we're looking at 3 total vehicles with a utilization of 33%, meaning one of them is on an active trip. From here, I can see all of the trips that have been conducted throughout the day, but I want to take a look at the one that is actually en route. So I can see some data here as far as its current status, its delivery status, and then some fuel costs associated with it. From here, I can actually see the real-time conditions and updates of this truck. I can see it started at our Oracle Santa Clara location, and it's en route to Oracle Redwood City between stops 1 and 2. And we're getting this planned and optimized route information integrated out of the box with Oracle Transportation Management Solution. And every time we get one of these location pings, it's automatically updating our actual arrival time and departure, but then also our new estimated arrival and departure time to our next location and ultimately our final location. So I can see I've got two different packages, right, that are palletized. And if you look over to the right, the special instructions, it's a cold chain requirement that requires temperature control. I can see all of the sensing data coming in from this trailer: shock, pressure, all the way down to light and humidity. And this can be used for not just the cargo conditioning, but also to ingest these data points to potentially identify maintenance issues that could affect this trailer in the future. Going a little bit farther, what's on this trailer, right? So from here, I'm monitoring the actual containers or the packaging that these vaccines are in. I can see the temperature and humidity requirements specific to these vaccines. I'm actually monitoring it down to the item level too. I have 3 different vaccines and different requirements for each. So I'm monitoring multiple requirements for multiple items on these packages on that trailer, all in real time. Now, when I bump up to the trip dashboard, this is a great tool to see the consolidated information for this entire trip: the equipment, the packages, the items, and even some metrics that are associated with costing, like fuel consumption. I can zoom out and take a look at dashboards from the holistic organization view. So I can see reports on all of the different trips associated with this organization, which gives me real-time information for actionable decisions. Oracle IoT, it's your solution for shipment monitoring, cargo condition monitoring, and even warehouse and yard monitoring with out-of-the-box integrations with all those Oracle applications. It truly serves as the digital thread that connects all of your logistics application assets. It gives you the best possible visibility and data for analytics and decision-making. Back to you.
So Michael, most people, I think, still think blockchain is pretty complicated.
Well, Terry, that can be true. But the beauty of our solution is we've simplified this and we've embedded blockchain with an application called Intelligent Track and Trace. With this solution, you don't have to invest all this time and money into a custom blockchain development project. What we do is we apply a private blockchain with SaaS application, and we make it easy to invite members of your supply chain to view transactions that occur between partners, so all of you are working from the same information. I think the easiest way is to take a look at a demonstration and see how we can gain multi-enterprise visibility across the supply chain with Intelligent Track and Trace.
Today we're going to take a quick look at Oracle Intelligent Track and Trace, specifically our food and beverage use case around brewing beer. We have our founder, F1 Brewer, and then the corresponding trading partners associated with the brewer's logistics network. Now, all of the documents and transactions that take place from those trading partners as well as F1 Brewers are collaborated into these different business flows. So as you can see in the top right-hand side here, we have 78 documents associated with this business flow, and they're coming from all sorts of different trading partners and different applications. Now we pull that critical information out into these process flows, and from here we can see these flows are made up of one, the name, what the transaction taking place is, the document associated with it, the submitter, and then we also have some built-in logic to include smart contracts, such as identifying and notifying us, in this case, if a purchase order isn't received 3 days after the sales order. Now, diving in a little bit deeper, I wanted to show what one of these events would look like. So here I have a temperature threshold violation that's occurred, which will generate one, an event, and then two, a potential action. So I have a violation that occurred en route. It was greater than 45 degrees. And then I have an email sent to F1 Brewer telling me about that. So drilling into this actual event, the telemetry event took place during the ship product phase of the business flow, but drilling in even further into what we call our chronological trace, here I can see the actual blockchain distributed ledger where all of these different events are being recorded. I've got a date and timestamp on the left-hand side. I can see what corresponding business process flow in the middle here, as well as the trading partner, and then a hyperlink to the document. Taking a look at our different sales orders and purchase orders, once I get down to some of our telemetry events, I can see our transportation event here that has occurred where the brew or the temperature en route reached 49 degrees, thus violating our service provider contract and generating that event and notification. Very powerful tool where all of these transactions are being recorded, again, on that distributed ledger. They're securely recorded using cryptography and can absolutely be used for not just contract dispute, but also as actionable intelligence to make decisions, such as the brewer ordering a new batch because this batch is potentially ruined, or perhaps generating an additional notification for that receiving party to perform additional quality control measures. Again, this was just a very quick tour of Oracle Intelligent Track and Trace. Thank you for your time.
So let's take a closer look. Let's say you're the founder of a network. You can invite your supply chain members, your trading partners, to participate in a private business network. Then you can determine who can access certain information, define events and actions, and easily manage users. Once you're all set up, you'll have a comprehensive view into the activity of your supply chain. This view shows recorded transactions as they occur between partners by date, time, location, and also alerts. You can see specific documents associated with a recorded transaction at a point in time and in a specific location. You can also see the recorded transaction of the partner. And with IoT data, you can monitor condition of products or track location, and even with smart contracts, you can set up rules to send alerts when certain thresholds are reached. This is just one way to view your supply chain. We can also view by business flows or filter by exceptions, such as alerts or specific types of documents or named partners.
So you've seen some solutions where IoT can help meet supply chain and manufacturing challenges. And we saw how blockchain embedded in an app can help achieve multi-enterprise visibility. Imagine all the data that is getting captured with people and things and transactions to the tune of 79.4 zettabytes of data predicted by 2025, according to IDC.
Hold on a minute, Terry. What is a zettabyte? How big is that?
Well, we all know how big a gigabyte is, right? Well, 1 zettabyte is a trillion of those. Or think of it more like 137.5 billion iPads. So you need to process and analyze data. And to do that, we apply artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning into our applications. And then with that, we can automate your operations, drive innovation, help you make smarter decisions, spend less time on manual tasks, and use machine learning to help you solve problems.
Thanks, Terry. So now that we've connected people and things, we're tracking and tracing, and we're processing data. Let's see how it all fits together. In this next video, you'll see how from the point of manufacturing, an item is labeled or serialized, then it's tracked throughout an entire supply chain, and when it needs fixing or replacing, we've made it easy to locate and replace with this connected and reverse logistics scenario.
When customers turn on their set-top box, it just works, which makes it easy to forget the complex technology behind it. How much went into making it and delivering it? It's made from parts sourced from all over the world and uses smart manufacturing with IoT connectivity and big data analytics to monitor environmental factors and predict, detect, and fix production issues in real time. Then it's shipped to the warehouse for receiving and inventory control where its precise location with its unique ID is tracked. So when an order is placed, we know exactly what to look for and where it is, so we can grab it and deliver it. When it's time for an upgrade, we do it all in reverse, making decisions about whether to recycle its parts or refurbish it for another customer. And if there's ever an issue, its serial number lets us trace the problem all the way back through the system to resolve it. It's all made possible by using Oracle Intelligent Track and Trace with built-in integrations with warehouse and transportation management systems and IoT fleet monitoring. We can help to connect partners, trace every step, and identify exceptions right down to the serial number across vendors, business units, and continents. securely and safely, so that everything works together for the ultimate goal, delivering joy. Oracle, creating global simplicity.
So I hope this entices you to want to learn more. Check out our virtual experience at the Oracle Insight and Collaboration Kiosk.
And finally, we'd like to recognize that these are challenging times that we are all living in today, and supply chains are in the thick of all of it. And with that, I'd like to salute and recognize all of the supply chain workers around the globe. On behalf of Michael and myself and all of Oracle, we wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you.
Yes, I understand. All assets certified and accounted for. I know, I'll investigate. All assets certified and accounted for. Who do they think I am? James Bond? M? Jack Ryan?
When it comes to our most valuable commodities, we believe no mission is impossible.
Report?
We've eyes on all assets in the field. Situation nominal.
Then what's that?
That shouldn't be there.
Yet it persists. Details?
No matter what challenges your team faces, getting your most valuable assets from point A
We've got another one.
to point B
Just track it.
With pleasure, Director.
to point Z. Oracle's intelligent track and trace accounts for every recorded transaction across a supply chain.
The problem route. It's in Istanbul. Temperature readings are off the charts.
Well then, let's cool it down.
Every handoff, every location, every trading partner, with integrated GPS tracking and temperature monitoring, all in a single interface that puts you in control.
Document that. Let's take a look, shall we? Well done.
Thank you, Director.